Hello everyone, and welcome onto the live. I'm just going to switch this so that I can read comments. That's the one I want. See if there's anybody about. Here we go. Right, we'll just hang about, see if anybody turns up. Hi Tim, hi Dwight, Norman, Nikki, thank you all. Thank you all. I'll just turn this volume down and move that back. Hello everyone. I don't know what we can see. Can we see? Oh, I'm behind you now. Just give me 1 second, folks, till I work out what I'm doing. Right, I'm up to speed here. Everyone hear me all right? Yeah. What have I got here? This is my latest building that I'm on with, and I don't know why this is behind somewhat. I'm going to be doing some weathering. I used these last time. I can't see this live. It's catching up. Right. So I used these last time, these watercolours here. But I've managed to find a shop where these are actually in stock. So I just got a couple of packs of these. Okay? A lot better than the standard stuff. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's very difficult to find people who actually have them in stock, especially with the rust one. You go to buy the rust one, and John Dilly, hiya, thank you very much. Hiya, Carl. Henry, thank you for coming, everyone. They're more difficult to get hold of, so it's actually good to find someone who has them in stock. And I was going to buy the full set, and my wife put the kibosh on it and said don't bother because you'll never use them, and she's probably right. So I'm going to do a quick do at doing these, and I've got some water ready. So what we're going to do is, oops, sorry, I'm going to use these ones, these Dirt and Marks, and there's one called Rain Marks right at the very end. Rain Marks, that's the one, and it does say, I don't know if we can read it, streaking dirt, that one says, so that's not the one. That's from the wrong end of the pack. What am I like? Oh, I like shot with this. That's the one. That's the one out. No, it's not. What am I doing? Is that it? Nope. Right. Finally, Rain Marks and Dust. This is the one we're going to use. So it's very, very straightforward to do. They're really easy. John at Schoolkill, thank you very much for coming. So I'm just going to dip it in. I'm just going to dip this in. Let me just move this a bit. I'm going to dip this into the water for hardly any time at all. And where I want some Rain Marks is, we'll go for this bit here, down here, and you can see already it leaves a deposit on there very, very easily. Very, very easily, that. Let's see if we can get it in focus. And that's just with a slight dip. Brian at Angel Share, thank you. I deposit on, and So there you see, I've got two sort of blobs, and I'll just get my paintbrush, which I should have had ready, and I haven't. It's over here behind me. I'm using a #1 paintbrush for this. I'm not doing a Heath. I'm not doing a Heath and using a massive 1-inch brush. Just ever so slightly gently, just dip it in. Don't need a lot of water, and just bring it down like that, and it's they are better than the other ones. The other ones I got aren't designed for modelers, they're designed for working with paper. These are actually designed for what we use them for on plastics and resins and metals and stuff like that. So they are quite easy to do. And a little goes a long way with these as well. They must be really rich pigments in them. They're dead easy to do. Thanks, Norman. Thank you. Hello, Lee. It's a Woodland Scenics DPM kit, and it took its time to arrive. I've still got 2 on order that I haven't got here from November, but excuse me, they are on the way. So I'm going to put some more. I'm going to put some more near that pipe. Just gently dip it in the water again. I'll put some around here. I'll just do the same again. Just lake it around and draw it down. I'll move that over so we can see. It does. I think it looks pretty good, and it's really dead easy to do. It's dead easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And I'm not using an excessive amount of water at all. Just using a tiny bit. Let's have a look. Thank you. Well, Norman, they're coming from a company called Osborne's, and they didn't say on the website. It just said order now, and then they emailed me afterwards and said, well, they're not in stock, we're waiting for them, which I thought were a bit of a funny way to do business, innit? If they're not in stock, you should say that right away. And if I knew they weren't in stock, I wouldn't have ordered them. I'd have gone elsewhere for them. But it is too late now. I've ordered them. Hiya, Melvin. There is concrete. You can get a concrete one. I'll show you what pencils are actually in there. They're designed either for use on buildings, vehicles, road surfaces, or anything. And when it dries, when the water dries, you see the pigments. They must be very, very rich in pigments, which is why they're expensive compared to the ordinary brushes. This set, when I get it to keep still, is dirt and marks, and those are what we get. Streaking dirt, buff, earth brown, concrete marks, and dust and rain marks, which is the one I've just been using on the building. And they were £6.25 for a set of 5. And these are the rust ones that are always sold out everywhere, never in stock. Vivid orange, strong ochre, dark rust, medium rust, and light rust. And they're not going to replace what I do with the acrylics or with the powders or anything like that. They're just going to complement and run alongside them and do the same job in a different way. So it's just a good tool to have in my arsenal. I've got more things to play with. Doing it this way, the more bits and bats you've got, the better it is, I think. I did notice I had a sneaky view with them before, and you can smooth them out with your fingers and stuff like that, you know. But be careful, because the pigment gets on your fingers, and if you don't, you know, if you wiped it down like this to smear it down, if you don't clean your hands, it'll go on to the next thing you touch, and you'll end up with that pigment colour on. So I'll stick these back in the box. All right, get those back in. hopefully. I've got the door closed and all the dogs are downstairs because they've just come back from the farm all mucky. So hopefully we won't get any visitors, any canine visitors. Oh, there's 19 people in chat. Thank you all ever so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Really do. So I'm going to use light rust. This one's called light rust. Lost signal again. Don't know why it's done that. So I've just dipped it. You don't need long. Where the other ones you've just soak them for a minute or two, you know. But this set you don't at all, and you can see it's already coming on to just there. You can just see that now. It's already making rust marks, as it says on the box. Now they do look a bit brash and sort of just like a blob of orange stuck on there, so you can soften them with the water again with the brush. Use a tiny brush though, you know. It might take longer with a smaller brush, but it's easy to control and you can manipulate it much better. You can even put these pencils on dry and then use the water to manipulate the pigment around once you've done it. And that's just a bit of light rust. And it spreads out easily. And I think it's going to take some time to do the whole building, but it's an alternative to the acrylic paints, and there you go. And it'll enhance. I think if I put some acrylics on and then did some of this rust around the edges and running down from it, it'll look all right. It really will. I've got the other building to do as well. This one I've not done anything on the inside of this apart from put that cardboard in to partition one part of the shop off, so that's going to be a hot food establishment on this corner, burgers or chips or something like that. The other one, excuse me, the other one I've put the obligatory no parking sign on the garage door. It's supposed to be like a catalogue department store sales place. I don't know what it's going to sell. I haven't decided yet, but if you look on the inside, little desk in there with things piled up on it, so you can when you get close up you can look through the windows and there is going to be stuff. I'm going to put lights in there and things like that, and so you are going to be able to see. I'm going to put some blinds in some of the windows, and that's just a piece of cardboard, stiff card, along that front edge, and I've put things in the windows or thereabouts on that side so that it looks like it's a full floor with a room full of stuff, and people there's that much stuff, they're stacking it up in front of the windows. And I might do the top floor as well and sort that out, but because I haven't done that yet. Oh, so that's where I've got up to with that. I wanted to do a quick mention to the competition. I don't know if chat, I can't see chat going. Caboose, yeah, I can see it on there now. Lackawanna, Tyler, Caboose 121, thank you all very much for coming. Thank you. As far as the competition goes, we are still up and running. There's loads of entries, which I'm really happy about. I appreciate everyone entering. I'm just going to grab this notebook and it'll show you how many people we've got entered. I'm not going to read everyone's name out, but there's still plenty of time to enter. This is a giveaway, and you might see your name if you're quick. Everyone who's entered is on that list. On that list, on that list. There's lots and lots of people. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do, we're onto that page as well. What I'm going to do is just give everyone a number. I'm going to put a number down at the side of each name, and then use a random number generator to pick the winner. And if anyone has a problem with that, let me know in the comments on this video, and we'll see what the problem is, if there is a problem. I think it's as good a way as any. I mean, I could cut everyone's name out and then try it that way and pick one out of a hat. If you prefer me to do that, I will do that. But I've got to say a big thanks here to a fella called Adrian Copland, who has sent some money for the competition. So Adrian, I don't know if you're watching now or watching later, thank you ever so much, my friend. That is greatly appreciated. So I'm very, very grateful and very happy about that. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this building, and I'm going to try this concrete march one. Let's see what that does. I'll just put that out of the way, because this is supposed to be either stone or concrete at this front. So I'm going to try a little bit concrete colour. That's the one. This one's called Concrete Marks 10027. You can buy individually, you know, so if you just run out of one, if you run out of one colour, you can just buy an individual pencil, and it's no more expensive buying them individually than buying a pack of 5. It's £1.25 a pencil either way you do it. Like I say, I was going to buy the full set for about 40 odd quid, and my wife said, why are you going to do that? You're never going to use them all. You don't need all those different colours. Just buy the ones you want, which is sensible. But they're in a right fancy box, and it would have been very nice to have that box full on my workbench and show everybody what a lovely set of watercolours that I'm never going to use them all I've got. So I suppose she's right, as usual. Now this one, I'm not going to dip it in water. I'm just going to put it on. We'll try it on this here. Can we see that? Oh, can't really see it, can you? It's on there, grey. There you go, it's on there a bit. I'll just have a quick check of the comments. Eating up bandwidth, what is? Hi Daniel Ray. It is subtle, Norman, but now I'm just going to clean it so there's no residue from each other. Just going to bring a bit of water into it and see. I've not really, you know, it's the first time I've been using them all. You know, if you had a wagon and it scraped the side of a lump of concrete going past, turning a corner, I think it'd look good for that. You can't really see a lot of what's going on there with that. It's a bit too subtle. So what I'll do, I'll dip it in there. I'll try at this edge. That's a bit better. You can see that's a bit darker there, isn't it? So all right, that one was a poor example, and now I'll just see if I can manipulate that about quite easily. You put it on the edges and stuff like that. I'm pleased with them. I think they're good. They're better than the ones you get that are just for using paper, although they do work on what we use them for. I'd say these are a bit better. These are a bit better and they work. Just put it on that edge. I think that looks better. Just marking edges and stuff, you know. And if it does look a bit too much, we can just blend it out a little. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Just get used to using them. But the other ones were £2 for a set of 12. They're not as rich in pigment as what these are. Obviously, we're looking at this. But they're... Let's get into focus. Just about see it. You just about see it. Perhaps that's that's better. You can just about see that edge there. I've put it on, so it's very subtle, but I can bring it up with some darker grey or even black along the edge. So I'm pleased with them. They're more expensive. Like I say, they're £6 a set, but that's not too much money anyhow. Isn't £6? That's the thing is, you just dip them in the water and they stay wet for quite some time. So you've got to let them dry before you put them away in the box again. Let them dry off. How you going, Daniel? Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you. Stephen Cameron, hiya. Thank you for coming. Very subtle. It's a lot more like a shade than anything else, isn't it? Now, Buff. This one's called Buff. And it's allegedly like slightly green on the end. So I'm wondering if it'll do as a to create the damp effect. The bottom of it, where this pipe goes into the ground, it damp should sort of go along and then creep up the wall a bit. So we'll try that. Just got to remember to let them dry before they go back into the box, otherwise you'll just get a big mess going on. Oh yeah, that's looking all right. It's not too green, isn't that? But I think I can put some more, a different shade over the top of that to to make it look a bit better. But it's giving you, I mean, you can go on forever and ever just adding a bit here and there and everywhere. And it has been said less is more when you're weathering. Oh, get into focus. It has been said that less is more, but if you're just doing little bits here and there, it can work out. Now you can see that buff colour. That under the window ledge at that side there is an AK paint, enamel paint called Rain Marks. And they're very, very similar shade. Very similar shade, which you'd expect from the same company. They're using the same pigments in everything. And you can just see the brackets there on the drain pipe. Those are really fiddly to fit. Really fiddly. And again, that's the Rain Marks one. I suppose we might have some rain marks or water marks from that pipe where it comes out, or where the rain had hit it and then run down some chipping marks onto these doors, make them look a bit bedraggled and sort of weather worn and stuff. I've done it on this one and put scratches in. I don't know how well we can see. I don't know what the effect is of that. If it's, you can see there, I've made it. What I did, I painted it and then scratched at it to make the paint look like it were coming off and peeling and what have you. It's not too bad. I'm not 100% happy with that, but it doesn't look too bad. I was just hoping to get paint peeling off effect where the paint's had too much sun, never been maintained, and it's sort of peeling off and the wood's exposed underneath. That's what I was looking for, and I hope I've achieved that. So that's about where I'm up to. If you want to enter the competition, go on to the other video, the live that I did, and just stick your name in the comments on there. and I'll enter you into the competition. I'm going to leave that running until sometime into the first week of March, which isn't far away. I think I'll sort of leave it midweek. You know, I won't draw it on the 1st of March. I'll do it 3 or 4 days into the first week of March, and hopefully we'll get a winner, and we can sort out putting a voucher together for them to spend at whichever shop you choose, really, I suppose. I haven't much else to show you, but that's all I've done so far. I have got something else on order, which is, as many of you know, I'm not digital. I'm still running on analog DC, and there's a company called Mr. Rails, and he makes sound devices for on the railway, and you can put reed switches, magnetic reed switches, so when a train passes over a certain spot, the magnet acts, clicks the switch, and you get a sound, a train horn or station announcement, that type of thing. And he's made a little unit with 4 different sounds on that you can use reed switches for, and so when you're approaching the station, you can have an announcement saying, please stand back, this train isn't stopping, and that type of thing. That is on order. It's on its way to me, and as soon as it's here, what I'll do, we'll have a play with it and see what the sounds are like in comparison. It's not going to be as good as digital sound in a locomotive as a sound chip, as a Lego Man before sound chip or anything like that, but it's going to suffice for now just to add a tiny hint of realism. And that's about where I'm up to now. I'm waiting for that to arrive, 2 more buildings to arrive, and I've got plenty of you entering in the competition. Thank you all ever so much for entering, and we'll do the draw in about a week or so, and pick out a winner, and see who it is who's win. So good luck to everyone who's entered. It should be a bit of fun. I haven't much else to add now, so I am going to say goodbye, and thank you all, everyone, for tuning in, coming along, and spending your precious time watching me act the goat on here. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very much appreciated, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for coming, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye for now, my friends. Do take care. Bye bye now.